Do you like looking effortlessly chic? You've come to the right place, because today, in my continuing series on French beauty, today is French Beauty Luxury Edition. If you like luxury high-end brands, but you also like a very simple approach, you've come to the right place. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Michelle Spieler. I am the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of 21 videos on mature techniques that you can buy. I can always put the link under this video title today. But today we're gonna do French beauty my way using luxury products. Now, back in my day of retail in the 90s, luxury was Chanel, YSL, Alexander DeMarcoff, Sicily, Dior, Erna Laszlo. Does anyone remember Erna Laszlo? It was in a phenomenal skincare system. So I'm not using a lot of those products, but I'm using higher end. It's just easier to say luxury than it is to say higher end products. But I'm going to be using some products today that might surprise you. I'm going to omit some that might surprise you, but I'm excited to get started. And this is going to be French my way, because today I did already put a brow pencil on with a little of the Kosas brow gel. In fact, I probably need another coat. What I like to do is just do I think brows are so boring. I don't know, maybe you guys don't feel the same, but I don't enjoy doing my brows. I don't enjoy watching other people do brows, except for my friend Jasmine, who has worked for Anastasia of Beverly Hills. She's been her right-hand man for about 25 years. I just don't, I don't know what it is. Eyebrows just don't rock my world. However, I think they're one of the most important features on the face, and I love them on my face, and I love how they look today, so that's why I just did them off camera. I'm also gonna do a little bit of lip liner today, but I'm gonna do a light color. But I just sometimes feel I need a little bit of that lip liner to give my lips definition, because as we get older, as mature gals, our lips start to curl inside our mouth. Isn't that fun? We lose volume and collagen, and they start to curl in. Yeah, I understand why people get lip injections. I fully do. I just think that most of them don't look natural. And I think the thing I don't like about lip injections is they're so pretty on the bottom lip, but what they do is they make the top lip come out, and you can always see from the side. That's why they're called duck lips. You can always see from the side that someone has had injections, and that's the telltale sign. And so I would love to go get lip injections, but I've never met one person where I went, that looks good. Because from the side, maybe from the front it looks good, but from the side, it's got that weird, I just can't do it. So if you have them, I bet they're beautiful. I'm not judging you. I just can't do it because of the duck lip on the top. I can't stand it. And I've seen every injector in the world do it, and I've seen really good ones and really not good ones, and everyone still gets that little bit of duck lip. A little bit, but it's enough that I can't do it. Okay. My skin is well primed, and I am going to jump right into some foundation today. I am going to use Bobbi Brown's new company, Jones Road Beauty. First of all, everything I use in this video is paid for by me. Nothing was given to me. It's all paid for by me. I was so excited about Jones Road Beauty last summer, and I bought a couple of her Miracle Balms. And I bought her eyebrow pencil, which is real thick, and it's thick like this, but I hated it. And I wish I had saved the box and receipt and sent it back, because it just made a really sticky, gummy mess in my eyebrows. And then the Miracle Balms were sticky, like all day long hair was sticking to my face. And I hate that feeling. It's one of the reasons I rarely wear lip gloss. I don't want anything to stick. So I had low expectations for this, and everyone on TikTok is trashing this product. Of course, they're all under 30, but they're all trashing this product. And Bobbi Brown herself said, this is made for mature, drier skin. Okay. I love it. Mine did not come separated like peanut butter. Most people's, they'll show it. They'll open it live and show what it looks like in real time. I mean, it's definitely got a glossiness to it, but it's basically, I feel like she did a disservice calling it What the Foundation, because then you think, oh, foundation. It's really more of like tinted skincare. I don't even want to call it tinted moisturizer, tinted balm, maybe. It reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal balm I did in one of my first French videos. But I really love this, and I was shocked. I'm not kidding you. I was shocked that I love this. So what I do is instead of dipping my face into the pot and putting, you know, bacteria in there, I'm just kind of taking, you know, a little bit on a brush, a tiny brush. I don't want like a big brush. Remember, I have Trenton Owens skin, so I can't use big brushes on my face because it'll just cause more flakiness and then the makeup doesn't lie pretty. And then what I do is I go in, I'm just working one area at a time, and I go in and I blend it with my fingers. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to use their fingers. I feel like mature women don't mind it. I feel like if you're a baby boomer or a Gen X, you don't mind using your fingers because that's what we used growing up. My mom always used her fingers to put on all of her Estee Lauder. She was so faithful to Estee Lauder her whole life. So using my fingers just feels natural to me. I love skin on skin contact. I love skin blending skin. But do you see how just balmy and pretty that is? I just love it. Now the first time I tried this, I did go in with a sponge, a stands out sponge, and kind of did this. And then when I looked at it really close up, I could see the texture of the sponge in certain areas of my face. So that's when I'm like, okay, don't use a sponge with this. So I'm using Color Light. And if you have not seen one of my French videos, French Beauty, French makeup is just to look effortless. French women would never admit to, you know, standing in front of a mirror for 30 minutes doing your typical American heavy foundation, heavy concealer, highlighter, contour, bronzer, blush, all the things. They would never do that. They just have a very different philosophy in France and in much of Europe. I have many women from the Netherlands and Austria and Switzerland and Sweden, and they all say the same thing. Yeah, we kind of do the French thing too. It's really more European, where women just want to look natural, pretty, effortless, but they don't want the whole American look. They don't want the whole American social media, American Kardashian makeup. And so even though I do love American makeup and I do love the Kardashian makeup, I love all that, as I get older, it's just not flattering on my skin anymore. So, you know, these are my real textured areas. Like I can always tell if I like a foundation right away because of this area here where I transition from my apple cheek to here, and I have some pores and texture. If that just looks like balmy skincare, then that's a brilliant foundation. And then this area here where my face is falling, it's causing a shadow, it's folding over on itself. I have little diagonal crosshatch marks. If that area looks good, we got a winner. And it does, it looks good because it's not heavy pigment or heavy foundation. It's really kind of a skincare balm. So if you are mature, but you have real oily skin, this is not for you. It's not for you, but you could get a really nice BB cream. You could get a tinted moisturizer made for oily skin. I know people think this is weird that I kind of pat it, but to me, I also pat my skincare, so it just makes sense to pat this. And remember, we're not going for heavy coverage. We're just going for pretty, effortless, glowing skin. I can go a little bit on the nose if I want. You can always build it up. They do say it's a medium buildable coverage, and I would attest to that. But if you are mature and you have drier skin, or even normal, like I'm really more normal to dry, I'm not super dry. Look at that. Look at that. It's not a lot of coverage. You can see my sunspots and you can see some discoloration, but again, this is simple, beautiful French beauty. A lot of people also complain about the smell, the fragrance in this. I mean, this is a clean beauty line, so whatever she put in it to fragrance it, I think it smells nice. It doesn't bother me at all. And I returned Estee Lauder Futurist because it had such a horrid smell that I couldn't stand. I returned Chanel No.1, their what they claim to be a clean fragrance. I returned that because I couldn't stand the smell. But I don't really notice this, okay? And then I also bought her little complexion pencil, or she calls it a face pencil. This is number 6, and it's a deeper peach, and it's really meant to color correct under the eye. So see how well that color corrected before I even blend it compared to this side? See all that red and purple, and here it's gone? It really color corrects. Now remember, I'm never gonna get rid of my dents. That's a 3-dimensional issue, and I have many videos on why we have dents under our eyes and how we can never get rid of it with makeup. If you want someone to follow you around with beautiful lighting the way Oprah did, you know, then you can hide those dents. But for most of us living in the real world, these dents aren't going anywhere, and they're only gonna get deeper with age. And I don't say that to depress any of you. I'm just wanting you to stop chasing every concealer and foundation that you think like, this is the one, this is the, you know, this is the fountain of youth and this is gonna fix all my problems. No, surgery will. Do you have $65,000 for the Vertical Restore by Dr. Creme? Because he's about $65,000 and he will do you from neck to top, and you will look like 10 years were knocked off of you, and he does the most beautiful work I've ever seen. But is it worth $65,000? I don't know. I'm leaning towards getting it. I know someone who just bought a $95,000 Jeep, and it's nothing special. It's just a 4-door Jeep. You know, it probably has some of the bells and whistles and leather and, you know, TVs. But I just looked at it and went, you bought a Jeep for almost $100,000? I'd rather have a facelift, you know? So, you know, we kind of gasp at the price of facelifts, but then think how much we'll spend on a car. And isn't our face more important than a car? I think it is. Maybe you don't. Okay, so there we have it. I have a very nice glowy complexion. If I went to a little street cafe in Paris right now, I would just blend in. No one would look at me like I was some freaky Kardashian. And I don't say that to be mean. The Kardashians go out all the time without makeup, and they're beautiful women. But when I say the Kardashian look, you know what I'm talking about. That highly social media makeup, okay? So on the eyes, I know this is probably gonna shock some of you, but I am not going in with my MAC paint pot today. I'm going to take this beautiful Patrick Ta palette. It is so gorgeous. I've done a couple videos over on TikTok and Instagram with this. But on this side, you can see there's a little plastic. These are 2 of his cream shadows. And I'm gonna take this little color, and I've never used this ever, so this is the first time for me. When I do these YouTube videos, I have an idea of what I'm gonna do on camera, and I'll put out different things, but I don't really plan it. And I know some of you are probably like, yeah, no kidding, we can tell. I don't do lots of cuts. I don't do lots of editing. I don't have time. You just get what you get with me. And everything that I choose is from an array of things where I'm like, well, let's see what mood I'm in once the camera's rolling. Okay, so that's just cream shadow. And look at that. Look at that color and dimension. And I'm literally just putting it on with my finger. Could not be easier, right? I love it. I think that is so fun. And it might not be for you, but I'm just showing you options. You can take cream shadows. Are they gonna crease? Probably, they're cream shadows. But do you think French women care about a little creasing? They're too busy enjoying life. They're too busy enjoying food and nature and things that they are very passionate about. They're not worried about creasing eye makeup. I can promise you that. Okay, so that's all I'm doing on my eyes. That's it. I'm not doing anything else. I might take a little highlighter pencil. I do like highlighter pencils. You can go, you know, just kind of on the inner corner to kind of perk your eye up a little bit. And then underneath as well. And then you can even take a tiny bit on the brows. It doesn't even matter what the pencil is. This is by a company called Red Aspen. They're like a clean beauty line. I've had this pencil forever. I don't even know if this company still exists, but basically you know what it is. It's like a nude, it's like nude pencil. This side has a little shimmer, and that's why I like it on that inner eye, okay? And you know what? I might even take a little tiny bit of that cream shadow, and I might do a little bit under the eye. Oh yeah, I like that. You know, in Korea, a lot of those young girls in Korea are painting dark circles. They think a dark circled under eye is very beautiful and very sexy. And here we are in America spending multi-millions a year trying to cover our dark circles. But I love how that looks. I love it. I do. I love it. I don't mind it at all. Maybe because I know that it's, I'm going to do a little more pencil. Maybe because I know that I painted it on and I didn't wake up with it. I don't know, it's kind of fun to me. These complexion pencils are beautiful. You can throw them in a purse and they look like skin. It reminds me a little bit of my demi colors, you know, my demi colors that I do with the Saint makeup. It reminds me a little bit of that. But here's the thing, does not work on sunspots. If I went in with it on the sunspot, it just leaves tons of texture. If I go around the nose, it leaves tons of texture. But when I do it under the eye, it's beautiful. I don't know why. It's weird. I can't figure it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit, you know my trick, I love a little pencil in the waterline, and this is the best pencil I have ever used for the upper waterline. It is the company Give by Gwen Stefani. This is black, it's called Spiderwebs, but look, see how it gave me more depth in my lash line. What I like about this is 10 hours from now, when I take this off, it will still be 100% in my waterline. And the best part is it doesn't transfer to the bottom rim. Often when you put something in your waterline, you put it on both rims, or you put it up here and a little bit transfers to the bottom, which is a pretty look. I never mind it. But this does not budge or transfer. And so what's great about that is then some days, and my daughter stole my white pencil, but some days I'll put a little white on that rim to really make my eyes look bigger. And the black on the top and the white on the bottom don't mix. And it's lovely. That is the company Give by Gwen Stefani. I love it. Okay, and I'm gonna do some mascara. This is Pat McGrath. I got this mascara for free when I bought her Bridgerton collection. I just recently bought her Bridgerton collection because I thought, that looks pretty. That looks like colors I would never in a million years buy for myself. And so that's why I bought it, because it made me a little uncomfortable. And I did a Pat McGrath video over on TikTok also. If you guys would like to see Bridgerton, let me know and I could do that sometime here on YouTube, but I'm never sure. I know people love the French makeup series that I do because it's just pretty fast, easy makeup. And then y'all tune in for the Saint and Demi, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite makeup of all time. So if you see me doing other brands, just know that I'm like a mom and my makeup are my kids and I love them all. I love all my kids. But you favor some over others, be honest. I only have one kid, so what do I know? But I do know people who swear that they love all their kids the same. And I know they mean it, they're not lying. But come on, there's some kids you favor more than others and you know it. How could you not? You might see some traits in one kid that really bug you about yourself, and so it irks you the wrong way, but then your other kid could do no wrong and they're the good kid and you just love them. You favor them a little more, but you love them all the same. Of course, we're moms. Of course, I know that. But with my makeup, I love it all, but I favor some over the others. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I'm gonna do a little bit on the bottom lash because I like a bottom lash. So quiet. So that's the Pat McGrath Dark Star, and I absolutely love it. I love it so much. It is just the most beautiful mascara. It reminds me very much of Dior Show, and I got a little transfer up here because it's creamy, so I hit it. I wasn't careful. The Pat McGrath reminds me very much of Dior Show. I love Dior Show, but it's so expensive and it dries up in 3 weeks. But look at that big fat brush. Do you see that? It's just the nicest mascara. And I figured that Pat McGrath is one of the top makeup artists for Fashion Runway. Everyone wants Pat McGrath. And I think she just wanted her own version of Dior Show. So I love it. It makes my lashes really thick and chunky, and I just love it. Okay, so now we're gonna do lips. And I'm not doing bronzer today. Shocking, right? Or should I? Should I do a little bronzer? I don't know. I really want to do a little lip liner. So this is ColourPop. It's BFF. And it doesn't budge. It's really nice. It stays put. I will tell you, I bought the Pat McGrath lip liners. My friend Ann P. Moore, or I think she's Makeup for Mature Skin. She's always talking about Pat McGrath liners and how they stay on all day and they don't budge and they don't bleed. And dang it, she was right. And the Pat McGrath lip pencils are, do I have any here? I do not. This is Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever is very good too. Very good. But the Pat McGrath is incredible. So I was in Ulta the other day. See how natural? But it just kind of makes my lips a little bit fuller. I was in Ulta the other day with my daughter because she's going to prom tomorrow and she wanted a few things. And I saw the ColourPop pencils and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm always hearing how great these ColourPop pencils are. So I got a couple. And they're cheap. Look, I did a little bit of BFF3 right there because it's darker. Just right there, it looks like see how it looks like it's casting a shadow? I'm not kidding you, the other day, maybe it was yesterday, I did a TikTok and I did the two liners, the BFF and the BFF3. I did them just like this. And then I did a light matte cream pink in the middle and then just a plain balm over it. And one of the people who followed me for a while said, who did your lips? And I'm like, I did my lips. Like, I know what she meant. Like, did you go get work done? Who did your lip injections? And I'm like, this is lip pencils. This is makeup, the power of makeup, right? Okay, I think I might need a little tiny bit of bronzer. So I am going to do the Chanel. I don't love this color. It's kind of yellowy. See how yellowy? It's light and yellowy. It's kind of made for more fair skin, and it's highly fragranced. I kind of like it. Yeah, it's just not my favorite bronzer. I bought it because of the hype years ago, and I'm not gonna throw it out. I probably should just put it in my, like alcohol it and put it in my pro kit, but I don't even think I want this color on most of my clients. I really like, I think you guys know Bella bronzer is my favorite cream bronzer. Charlotte Tilbury just came out with a new cream bronzer, and I'm gonna get it and I'm excited to try it. I love Charlotte Tilbury. Everything she comes out with really impresses me. You know, she does high glam, and so the products have to look good. They have to hold up. Okay, pretty cute. Pretty cute. We'll take it. It just warmed me up a bit, gave me a little more dimension to my face. That's the Chanel. I'm going to look at all this close up, okay? Yeah. Yeah, the Bobbi Brown What the Foundation is gorgeous. Look at this. Do you see that beautiful balmy glow? Now, it's not sticky like the Miracle Balms, and it does, I don't want to say matte down because there's nothing matte about this, but at first it feels balmy and looks more balmy and it feels more balmy, like I just put on fresh skincare, but then partway through the day, I notice I'm just normal, I guess is the best way I can say it, just normal, okay? Okay, and then I'm gonna do Give. This is also Gwen Stefani. I'm gonna do, it's a little bit of red, but I'm gonna put it on with my finger because I want very little color. I do not want heavy. Cute, love it. It's matte. This is called her original recipe because, you know, she's always been a red lipstick girl. I love her nude look. One of my old friends, Gregory Arlt, I always have trouble saying his name, A-R-L-T. We worked at MAC together, and I still saw him through the years when I lived in LA, and he's been doing Gwen's makeup for, gosh, 20 years maybe, 15 years. He does such a beautiful job. So when she came out with her own makeup, I'm like, ooh, I bet this is gonna be very similar to original MAC products because that's what she wore. She was a MAC girl. And Gregory still works for MAC. Okay, now, I bought these gorgeous lip balms by Pat McGrath. I just absolutely love the three-dimensional lips. They're little tins. And this one is called Naked Rose, which I'm gonna use today. And then this one is called Nude Temptation. And it's very nude. They're very sheer. I just now opened them. I had no idea that I had to see the texture before I did it on camera. I didn't want it to be like a big surprise. So I'm just swirling my finger. And then I'm gonna go over this. It feels just like butter. I mean, are we surprised? It's Pat McGrath. I don't even know how much this is. I have no idea. But I know it's not cheap. And if you're the type of person that you love, see how sheer it is? If you just want a cute little lip balm in your purse and you love the cute girly packaging, and you love Pat McGrath, you'll love this. But I'm not telling you you have to go get this. I'm not telling you you have to go get any of this. I just think it's fun to come on here and do a French look as an American. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of the Give on the back of my hand because we need a cohesive look. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. I know that might scare some of you. Don't let it. I'm real careful with this brush because I don't want to create flaky Trenton Owens skin. This is probably where I do need my stands out. Okay, yeah, I love it. This is the most bizarre sponge I've ever had in my life. It's memory foam and it's called Stands Out, and I love it. I really love it. I want to say something too about cream blush. A lot of you aren't putting on enough, okay? Now I know you're looking at this going, whoa, lady. Trust me, when you pat anywhere on your face, what's happening is you're bringing blood to the surface. Even right now on my forehead, I'm bringing blood to the surface right here. I'm bringing blood to the surface. And so at first, the cream blush, whatever it is going to look too much, okay? And I tell women, don't touch it. Let it feel like it's a little too much. You know, go use the restroom, go feed the dog, go make a cup of coffee, because when you come back, see how this side is more subtle now and this side's still a little bit brighter? Same amount on both sides. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is such a fun sponge. It's fun to hold. What do we think of these lips? Isn't that pretty? I don't know if French women would necessarily line their lips like I just did, but I felt like I needed to because I'm losing that volume, you know? Okay, and then as always, I'm going to set with the best setting spray in the world, Charlotte Tilbury. And I have a tip real quick about setting spray, so please listen. Okay. I love these, by the way. I'll put everything, I'll do all the descriptions. Look at that. Now, I do not powder the Jones Road Beauty. I do not powder it. One thing I do is, it's kind of amazing because I'm not creasing under the eye. I'm not creasing under the eye at all from that Bobbi Brown pencil, but what I will do, watch. I will take some setting spray and I will set my under eye so that I don't ever have to powder around my eye because I'm mature and I don't want to powder around my eye. That is so pretty. I love this look. I love it. And you know what? The cream shadows, I know it's only been like 20 minutes, but the cream shadows aren't creasing at all. And remember, if they are, you take your finger and you go pat, 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 and pat it back out. An hour later, if it's creasing again, pat, 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 pat. What did that take me? 3 seconds? It's not a big deal. If it creases, it's not a big deal. Just pat it back out. But I love this look. I love it. I love it. What do you think? Is this something you would do? So easy. I really didn't use that many products at all. Okay, here is my tip with setting spray. This is a huge trend going around right now on TikTok, and it makes so much sense, especially for any of you who are using maybe some Saint makeup, and then you powder it, and then you spray it with this, and then it's like breaking up or it shows texture. Here's why. It's because of the powder. So the powder and the setting spray will start to break up. So what you want to do, and I know that sounds contrary because the whole point of a setting spray is to lock everything on. I'm drier skin and my pores, if you get real close up to me, I don't have large pores. I never have. So I could probably get away with a little powder, but you don't need to powder over this. It would be like powdering over your skincare. But if you are an oily woman and you do like a more balmy or creamy look, but you want to set it with a little powder, what I want you to do is I want you to set your makeup and concealer first, just like I showed you. Wait for it to dry. Then take your powder, okay? Then go in with a powder. This is by Say. I love the company Say. It's Clean Beauty. Then go in, and if you want, I'll do this just for you, okay? I'm gonna take one for the team because normally I don't powder my face, almost never. Okay, now I can go in and look, I still have glow, but I cut down the shine. And if anything, it even blurred my pores even more. Okay, so that's the new trick right now. And when I saw young girls talking about it, especially younger girls on TikTok who are showing what their makeup looks like, and it's breaking up around their nose and it's breaking up here and it's looking cakey. And they're pretty knowledgeable with makeup and ingredients. And so what they're all finding out is when they do their foundation, and a lot of them do it way too thick, heavy coverage, then they do their powder and they're really pressing that powder on. And then they spray with any setting spray, I don't care the brand, that's what's breaking it all up so quickly. So if that's happening to you, whether you're wearing Saint or Jones Road Beauty, or Double Wear by Estee Lauder, I want you to set with a setting spray and really mist your face. Really feel that mist all over. And then go in, remember, back of the hand, tap, tap, tap with setting spray so that it sets the concealer. Wait a few minutes for that really to dry down. Then go in with your powder just where you need it. We're mature women. We don't need powder everywhere. We just need it kind of where we maybe have some pores that might look more noticeable or where we might get more oily, okay? So there you have it. My French Beauty look, and I'm crazy about it, and I'm not going anywhere today except to go get my nails done. So I still did it for me. I feel so cute. I love it. What do you think? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you have another idea for French Beauty series. I've done drugstore. This one's luxury. My first one was for mature beauty. I did French Beauty with All Saint. I don't know, what should we do? Give me some ideas and I'll come back. I'll definitely do French Beauty Summer Edition very soon, maybe with tinted SPF and a lot of bronzer, but powder bronzer because it's hot and sticky in much of the world and we don't want to put creams on our faces. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But let me know what you want to see and I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.